Chiquinha, chiquinha.
Go check out the room.
Chiquinha.
Okay, I'm the content creator for this channel. If you like what I'm doing, just subscribe and then also hit the that little bell. That means you're gonna get notified of other videos that I do. Do a reaction video for China today, and this one is pretty interesting because this is kind of like I don't know what year it is. I'm gonna guess like 50s, 1950s, 1960s, and you can see some. It's like kind of based on a movie set, and I don't know what. Maybe it could be 1940s, 1950s. So you can see it's all kind of color coded. You know, like that. You know, when they had a black and white and kind of made it into color later. You know. Anyway, it's a pretty cool song. It's called Rose Rose I Love You. So I'm going to get it right into it. And then if I'm going to kind of comment a lot on many things. And I'll put the link below. You can go to the original if you want. I'm gonna stop right there. It's already kind of funny to me because you know, this is like when I grew up in the 1970s. All the Bugs Bunny and Looney Tunes TV shows, cartoons, or you know, they're from like 20 to 30 years even prior to that. They always kind of had that these little segments that come into it, you know. So I think they would parody what was in the movies all the time in the United States at that time. So it's just kind of funny. The intro even, you know. Let's just catch some of it again. And that's how Tweety Bird always in those cartoons. Tweety Bird is like kind of, you know, I don't know. It's really funny. So it's but I'm sure you see the similarities too. So right away they're filming, and I don't know if that's the Hong Kong harbor. It's so unrecognizable to me, even though I live right next to Hong Kong. I'm assuming it must be, but it looks really different, and I guess it probably would have, you know, 70 years ago or whenever this was made, which is really amazing to watch it now. Okay, so he's painting her up on his balcony. That's interesting too, right? So, okay. I live in Macau next to Hong Kong, and like watercoloring was really huge around the mid 1800s, probably up for like 50 years, and maybe even into the early 1900s too. So I find this kind of interesting because it's not too far removed if this is like 1940s, right? Like it's not. So it's kind of interesting that it's really interesting commenting something that's like already happened, you know, 80 years ago. Okay, let's keep going. This is really interesting to me. So these are the sailors coming in, and actually everything is different. Like this is funny because this is kind of American soldiers, and they would dance like that, but you would never see that now in 2019. So maybe someday my video will be, you know, 80 years old, and somebody will be looking at this. Actually, if you see the way she dances, I don't know, maybe this is the 1960s, but she's kind of dancing like a 1960s person, you know, who's just kind of dressed up in a, it's like, you know, a sailor, you know, from, you know, like a sailor's girlfriend or whatever. But you know, the dance moves are not what I would see in China. And I would imagine that even back then they'd even be more Chinese, you know, because now there's so much TV and movies and videos that are shared everywhere that, you know, MTV. I don't know. It's kind of interesting that I guess, you know, I'm just used to. I've been living in Asia for about 25 years, so I'm not used to seeing they look like an Asian American, or that's a person who's not Asian at all. Sometimes in that time period, they would dress up a Caucasian person to look Asian and put them in the movies.
Shall remember Oriental music and you in my arms. Perfume flowers in your dresses, loaded Senate breezes.
I do like this music though. It's pretty cool. And actually, I don't know. I think a lot of times in the past they would put like like a Native Americans, like Indian American, like from the native soil. Like a lot of them would also be like some kind of Italian American actor. So I don't know. Kind of looking at her body structure, it looks like probably Caucasian that's like made up a little bit to look a little bit more Asian.
Swaying palm. Rose, I love you with your almond eyes.
I love you with your almond eyes. That's something that you would never hear in 2019. Nobody would ever say that. And I've been living in Asia I've just never heard anybody say that.
Slender neath tropical skies, I must cross the seas again and never see you more.
I must cross the seas again and never see you anymore. It's kind of like, I guess that makes sense because at that time you'd get on a boat and you'd be gone for take you a couple months to get back. So amazing, so interesting. Actually, this must be the 1960s because that bandana would have been something that they'd wear more fashionably in the 1960s, late 1960s. So it could be 1965. I should do my research and see, but maybe you as a viewer, you can let me know. I mean, I'm just commenting on the video and I don't want to know too much because it makes the commentary more interesting, I think.
Way back to my home on a distant shore. All my life I shall remember Oriental music and you in my arms. Perfume flowers in your trance.
I love all these things. They exist throughout Asia. You don't really see them in Hong Kong anymore, of course, but that's some in Macau here, but they're for the tourists and they're right next to the casino. We don't go very far.
Rose, leave you, my ship is in the bay. Kiss me farewell, now there's nothing to say.
Wow, that's crazy, right? Like, okay, my ship is in the bay. I gotta say farewell. There's nothing more to say. It's kind of interesting, the mindset. I mean, but I guess that's the reality, You gotta get back on your ship, and when would you come back again, right?
East is east and west is west. Our worlds are far apart. I must leave you now, but I leave my heart. Rose, love.
That's kind of interesting right there, right? So he's like dancing with one girl, and then she comes in and like, hey, that's my guy. And that's like kind of the romantic, wonderful relationship that they had. him cheating on her and her fighting with another girl, and he's like, okay, I'll see you later, I'll never see you again, I'm going to be gone now. Now I kind of I kind of understood why, but there's a lot of stereotypes about Asian, Caucasian, and like Caucasian might live in Asia or visit Asia, and then they'll never see you again. This kind of says it all.
Leave my heart. Rose, love you with an aching heart. What is your future? Now we have to part. Stand.
I miss you with an aching heart. I wonder. He doesn't seem like he's gonna miss her. He's just like, okay, now I gotta go. I love the all these signs and everything like that. It's really beautiful. Like this steps up. Okay.
On the jetty as the steamer moves away, flower of Malaya, I cannot stay.
Wow, it's really amazing. I'm gonna guess that's somebody must have wrote that song for this film. Because the lyrics kind of have that kind of element to it, like, okay, I gotta go, like, see you later, I'll never see you again. Where, like, if you're really deeply involved in this, you might have a different types of words that you would say. Anyways, I really enjoyed doing this one, so yeah, maybe if you have some kind of old recommendations like that as well, throw it down in the comments below, because I think I'd like to do more reactions, just things like this. This is really amazing one, really fun to do. So, okay. hope you like that one too. Subscribe to the channel and make some recommendations, and let me know what you think about some of these reaction videos from China.
Chiquinha, chiquinha, toma cuidado da movidinha.